Hey everybody, this is Ms. Healy here, coming from the living room at my house. And I just want to say, hey, I'm missing everybody, and I'd sure like to be doing this instrument in school with you instead of having you play it at home, because I think some of you are probably annoying some pets and some family members. So, last week we started with the recorder, and remember, you are supposed to be playing with the left hand on top and the right hand on the bottom. Now, the song that I'd given you, some of you were really good and knew exactly what it was. And if you had said it was Mary Had a Little Lamb, you are correct. So good job on that one. This week, we're going to do another song, but I just want to let you know that there is now a music assignment for everybody kindergarten through 6th grade this week, with the exception of the 2nd graders, because they've already done it. So you guys will be doing that as your turn in assignment, and the recorder will be optional. Since you have it, you might as well keep playing it. So I've got another tune for you. So let's review the 3 notes that we used last week. Remember, we had 3 notes. Okay, left hand on top. Just want to remind you that there is 1 hole on the back. That is for your left thumb. And the first 3 holes on top of the instrument you're going to be using. So your thumb and your first finger is the note B, letter name B. The middle finger added underneath it like that. So you got thumb, first, and second finger is the note name A. And then when we add our ring finger, or also known as the third finger, where we have our thumb and all 3 of these down, that is G. So remember, this is B. Putting your middle finger down next to it, that makes an A. And when you add that third finger, so there's your 3 notes, and the last one was G that we just did. So let me show you the music. It'll look something like this, and I did it in color. Now, the music will be attached again. It is in a folder that has the Morse code sheet on top. Okay, and then you had the first tune, which is Mary Had a Little Lamb, and it was written differently last week. It was in the fingering charts. This week we are using the actual letters. I have B for blue, red is the A, and the green is the G. Now, this has, if everybody can see it, I'll make sure everybody can try to see it. This, once again, has 8 measures. Remember, each of these boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, we call that a measure. Now, what is new this week is this thing right here. And I have it in hot pink. It's got a 4/4. That is called a time signature. All right, so there are 2 numbers. They both happen to be the same number in this time signature. So what we're going to do is focus on the top number for this lesson. And what that number tells you, that in each one of these boxes, remember those are measures, there's going to be 4 beats. So let's look at this. The first measure has a B with a line and an A with a line. And remember, the line means that you're going to hold that sound a little longer. But I've tried to make both of these lines the same length. So I got to think, I'm going to hold this B, and I'm going to hold this A, and I'm going to hold them the same length. But my question is, how long do I have to hold them? Well, we keep track of our notes by beats. Okay, we don't use seconds or any measurement of time like that from a clock. We use beats. What we can do is make our beat go faster or slower, but the key we want to make sure, and we've talked about this in music class, is that we want to keep a steady tempo, a steady speed all the way throughout when we play the song, because that's going to be really important when we get a little lower in the song. Okay, so I have this note right here is going to be 2 beats long, and this is going to be 2 beats long. Why? Because 2 plus 2, when I add those together, adds up to 4. I can't have any more or less than 4 beats in every single one of these measures. So in the second measure, we have a G with 1 long line, and there's nothing else in that measure. So that tells me that this note is going to be 4 beats long. Measure 1 is the exact same thing as measure 3. I'm going to just adjust, and hopefully everybody can see a little bit better. Okay, so you see how 1 and 3, measures 1 and 3 are exactly the same. You're going to hold the B for 2 beats, the A for 2 beats. When you get to measure 2, you're going to hold the G for 4 beats. Same thing here, B, 2 beats, A, 2 beats, and then, hey, look, measure 2 and measure 4. They are the exact same thing, so you're going to hold this G for 4 steady beats. All right, now let me talk about the first 4 measures. So, when I play my B, I'm going to take a nice, slow tempo, and I'm going to keep it steady. All right, so it's going to be, here's 2 beats on my B. Ready? Here I go. All right, now, I didn't do it twice. I didn't do the note 2 times like this. I did it 1 time and I held it for 2 beats like this. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my A. Remember, thumb first and second. That was the same length as my G. Now when I play it, I don't want to stop and talk about it. I want to do those 2 notes together like this. That was the first measure. Right there. B, then A. So when I get here, I'm going to hold the G for 4 beats. Like this. Now how do I know how long I'm keeping these beats? Well, first of all, I'm counting in my head. And I'm also using my foot to tap the beat. Okay, each time I tap my foot onto the ground, it can either be the toe or the heel. I'm using my toe right now. That is 1 beat. So I count 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to do that again for measures 3 and 4. All right, this is where that, sorry about the jiggly, I just bumped my computer. This is where that, wait for it, steady tempo has to come in. Steady tempo. Got that? You can't go faster here because this is what we call an easier part. All right? So I have 4 separate G's here. Well, I can only have 4 beats. So each one of these is 1 beat each. G, 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 G. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 will give us the 4 beats. Okay? 4 separate G's. I'm going to do the same thing here, but on the A. A, 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 A. And then, hey, look at measures 7 and 8. Wow, they're just like measures 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So really, you have these 2 measures get repeated 2 more times, and then these 2 are a little bit different pattern. So remember, these have to be separate notes, but you can't go really fast, okay? All right, so there was my 4 separate G's at the same speed. Remember, steady tempo that I had played when I played up here. Because remember, I'm tapping my foot. B, A, then G. So when I get down here, I can't go any faster. I can't go G, 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 G. It has to be G, 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 A, 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 A. All right. So hopefully, you'll be able to guess the name of this song. I hope this one's pretty easy. And I hope that you're able to guess the name of it. Now, once again, if you're having trouble, go ahead and ask your parents and see if they can recognize it. Remember, don't be blasting the instrument all throughout the house. Make sure that you find a place where you can close the door. And if this bothers your pets, because it may, now my dog, he doesn't mind. He's laying right here and he could care less because he's used to this kind of stuff around here. But if your animals are not used to it and it bothers them, please do not have them in the room or go someplace else, okay? Same thing with your brothers and sisters, okay? Don't intentionally bother them because I don't want to hear reports about that. All right, so once again, you have B, you have A, and you have G that you're using for your second song. We are using a, wait for it, if you remember what it was, a time signature. The top number tells you how many beats are going to be in each measure. Each of the boxes is a measure. There's a total of 8 of them. And you're going to hold the B for 2 beats, the A for 2 beats, this G for 4 beats. That repeats itself. When you get down here, 1 beat each, and make sure you are keeping a steady tempo. Just like we practiced in music class, steady tempo. Okay, you don't want to go too fast or a lot faster on the easy parts, and you don't want to go slow on the hard parts. It all has to be the same speed. So if some of these parts are harder, you gotta slow down the easy parts to match the same speed. Okay, I cannot wait to see more pictures of your pets. Okay, if you got pet rocks, send me a picture of your pet rock. If you don't have any pets, send me pictures of your stuffed animals, because they're pretty cool too. And keep those pictures coming, because I really like those. They make my day. Missing you guys, and I hope to hear from you guys. And please don't annoy your brothers and sisters or your pets. And we'll have another lesson next week on the recorder. Take care. We'll see you soon.